Hey, Metal Warriors, this is DVS, Donnie Van Staver from Riot 5. You're rocking out with CMS TV. Shine on, Metal Warriors.
Recently caught and this is why I hate this. Again, I've made this very clear over the last decade. Social media is the worst cesspool to even be involved in. The woman named Sabra recently caught the attention of nearly 9 million people.
Wow.
9 million after she shared this TikTok of her happily refusing to give up her first-class plane seat so a kid could sit by their family.
Oh. That's nice of her.
The video, you could see Sabrina smiling over her decisions with the audio that says, "Girl, fuck them kids and fuck you too."
Damn. That's funny.
Well, it is funny. And I have thoughts on this as well.
Okay.
I'm going to send this over to you because maybe you'll have the opportunity to play the video during the second section,
Right.
the segment.
Yeah.
Let's see here. All right, I'm going to send this to you.
All right.
But I kind of agree where this went.
Okay.
And it didn't take long for people, and again, this is where social media comes in. Why do you care what people you don't even know think about your actions or situation? Or it's like, why do you upload this to social media? Who cares? Mm-hmm. Who cares?
Yeah, I'm with you on that. Yeah.
And it didn't take long for people to start applauding her. Most everyone agreed that if parents want their kids to sit next to them, it's their responsibility to plan accordingly beforehand. Good for you. If they wanted their kid to sit next to them, they should have booked adjacent seats. I remember Stewie from the Family Guy said, "Ma'am, your poor planning does not constitute an emergency for me. You'll see him in Paris. Go sit down."
Yeah. I'm with this so far. This is not. I'm 100% with her so far.
I am too.
Stupid kids.
As a mom, it's a parent's responsibility to plan ahead. Just traveled to Europe for 1.5 months with my toddler, and no one had to move. As a parent, you don't do anything wrong. I wonder if some families actually on purpose buy the cheapest tickets to plan to ask someone for their seat. I got kids to move.
So they definitely do that. They 100%, dude. It is, or they'll buy like there won't be 3 available all next to each other, so they'll just buy them scattered, and then they get on the plane, and they're like, oh well. They'll try to get the stewardess to fucking make the people move. That happens all the time. All the time. It's fucking bizarre.
I agree. And she clarified that the airline asked her to switch before she even got on the plane. The gate agent called my name before boarding. They were nice and asked me if I was willing to switch seats. I asked to see the alternative on the seat map. It was still first class, but all the way in the back. I kindly said that I'd rather keep the seat I selected and didn't insist. They went ahead and found another resolution pretty quickly, she explained. Now, I booked tickets to fly several times a year.
Mm-hmm.
And The reason I pick tickets the way that I do is because of where it's located.
Yeah.
I go, well, typically for me, I'm just given, pulling back the curtain, as Chris often says. I pick tickets when you enter the plane on the right side, because number one, the stewardess or the quote unquote flight attendant area is to the right of me.
Sure.
And more often than not, when they're in their little area where they have the drinks and food and whatever, they can see me clearly to the right of the plane.
Right.
And more often than not, when they're turned around and looking at the plane, they can see me more often. And if I'm drinking wine or whatever it is that I'm drinking in first class, they'll offer me, hey, you want a refill? And I go, yeah.
Yeah, hook a brother up.
Yeah, exactly. So it's about visibility. So I'll go, yeah, I'll take a refill.
Yeah.
And that's how it works. So I'll sit at the front of the plane. When I enter the plane, I'll usually get the first class tickets on the right when I enter the plane. And because the what do you want to call flight attendant areas to the right of me when I'm sitting down, they see me and they're more often to serve me.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, okay, yeah, sure. Bring me another glass.
But even if that wasn't the case,
yes,
if you just had a better seat than somebody else, just by pure luck, if you bought your ticket and it's better, it wrecks their day. Tough shit.
Yeah, I bought that ticket based on what I know as a flyer.
Yeah. They had all the opportunity in the world to buy tickets to sit next to their fucking kid. They didn't. That's on them.
I agree. So I don't need to make accommodations because you need different accommodations for your situation.
Yeah, exactly.
I was like, no, sorry. I bought these tickets because this is where I want to sit.
Yeah. And let's be honest. People are beyond disrespectful when they bring their kids with them on the fucking planes.
I completely
Oh my God.
They expect everyone else to make accommodations because I have kids.
Yeah, and tolerate their fucking dumb kids.
It's like, well, I didn't choose to have those kids, so it's not my responsibility to do something about that.
Yeah, stick a fucking candy bar in their mouth if that's what'll get them to shut the fuck up for my flight.
Right.
I hate when the parent is like, when the kid wants something and they're screaming on a fucking plane, and it's like, the simple solution, just give the kid a fucking cookie. Well, you've already had your cookies for the day, Billy. You can only have a carrot.
Right.
And then the kid's like, I don't want a fucking carrot. It's like, oh my God, I'm going to throw this fucking kid out the emergency door.
Right. Well, again, I didn't plan for your children.
Yeah.
So I picked a seat. I picked the accommodations that I wanted and I paid for them.
Yeah.
So because you got on the plane and your accommodations aren't exactly what you wanted, not up to me to make those accommodations happen for you.
Dude, I've always thought this. Would you pay for a better plane? And what I mean by that is, let's say instead of being on a cattle car that flies, like you are,
yes.
Let's say there was a plane that only had the first class type seating and space and everything else like first class.
Yes.
And had better internet and had no kids under 20 allowed on the plane or whatever, 18.
Right.
But let's say the price was, I don't know, 1.5 times.
Would I pay for that?
Yeah.
Probably.
I would too.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. There used to be, and I did a little research into this.
Yeah.
There used to be an airline that accommodated that. It went out of business, unfortunately. I can't remember. I saw the little documentary on it. It was like 5 or 10 minutes long. But there used to be a airline that accommodated that.
God, that would be nice.
And well, here's the thing. Because of the low cost airlines,
Spirit and whatnot.
well, Spirit, Southwest, blah,
Right.
blah, blah.
JetBlue.
Yeah, exactly. They became the Greyhound of the air.
Yeah.
I don't fly any of those because it's just like, if you watch any of these, shows, YouTube videos, whatever, where there's altercations at the airport or, in the air and whatever, there's always a certain demographic that is always causing a problem.
Fucking Swedes.
And I don't want that issue. So if I'm flying like to LA or something, I usually will fork out the extra dollars for first class on a reputable airline, typically American, to avoid that shit.
Yeah, but you know what the problem is now? The airline business is so fucked up now that when they can't get you on a flight because they're overbooked or whatever, they'll put you on, even if you've paid JetBlue price, they'll put you on one of those other flights.
Right.
Because it's cheaper than putting you in a hotel.
Well, I've never been bumped from a first class flight on American.
Right.
I can say that honestly.
Sure.
But if I'm flying to LA or something like that and I book first class flight, I'm usually on that flight.
Yeah. And you sure as fuck ain't giving it up for some goddamn kid.
Nope. And I've not experienced a problem, but I see all these issues like Spirit, JetBlue, Southwest, where there's like fights and problems. And I'm not willing to risk my flight due to somebody's behavior.
No. I saw a thing, I think it was Anthony and Gavin.
Yes.
And they were talking about raising the cost of flights to $1,000 a flight.
I saw that as well.
And I was like, man, that is fucking brilliant.
Yes.
It really is brilliant because it will accomplish exactly what you want. Gets rid of the riffraff.
Yes, that's the whole thing. And they were talking about the flights of like the 60s and the 70s.
Yeah.
Where the quote unquote, the stews were hot.
Right.
And the accommodations were good and people were served well. And, people who flew those flights were acted accordingly, as it were.
Sure.
And they were treated accordingly.
Yeah.
And today's Greyhound of the air, not so much.
It's the lowest common. It's the same fucking people that ride a bus.
Exactly.
And you're getting exactly that behavior.
Yeah. So
assholes.
So you have to ride with the lowest common denominator because somehow they can afford the airfare.
Yeah. Well, somehow you can get a fucking $59 flight to certain cities that are hotspots, like Florida. Or Florida's not a city, obviously, but like Miami or so. I think they just announced here.
Yeah.
Like Cleveland to Florida, $59.
Yeah. Atlanta.
Yeah.
Or even Las Vegas, Cleveland to Las Vegas, $159 or something like shit.
You know who you're going to be sitting next to on that flight? A fucking idiot.
Right, of course.
That's who. You're sitting next to a fucking degenerate fuckface that's like, I can get to Vegas for $150 and then I could spend my rent at the fucking slots table or whatever, or at the slot machine. It's like, I hate. No, and I mean, you know me, dude. I have said how long has it been? 13 years since I've been on a plane.
Yeah.
And this is why I can't stand it. I can't. I'll be the guy that they end up fucking putting the little zip ties on to a chair, because I will beat somebody to death if they get up yelling and screaming.
Right.
Because I just can't put up with it.
Sure.
Fuck that.
All right. Well, let's see what this girl says in this video, and we'll wrap up the show. Let's see if she's got some commentary here.
Let's see.
Nothing?
Can you not hear it? Oh.
No, stop playing.
Oh, wait a minute. Because it went to another fucking thing. Hold on. God, I hate fucking...
We need our own interns, man.
No, we really don't. We just need not to have to play anything off of fucking stupid Instagram, which sucks.
All right.
All right, here we go.
To make the most out of it. After catching up
there's
on
no way to start
all
it
of
over.
the kisses and cuddles, we went for a long walk in Capitol Hill, and I wanted to take her to one of my favorite restaurants, Monsoon. This was actually my mom's first time trying Vietnamese food, and she was obsessed with these ahi.
I don't think there's anything in this.
No?
Because I'm looking at the description, too, and it just says, that she's talking about her fucking food and shit.
Okay, I thought there was like the girl who wouldn't give up her seat for the family.
I don't see. I mean, there's back in the article. There's different fucking tweets or whatever. But
all right,
yeah,
all right.
But bottom line is, we've already said what we need to say. Is we agree with her.
Hate social media, man.
We agree with her, and fuck these dummies that didn't book 3 seats together.
True.
Fuck you.
Yeah.
Carling all metalheads, the CMS network is now on Substack, and it's your new metal haven. Get your daily dose of the classic metal show, Chris Akin Presents, The Seth Williams Show, and all our other shows, all in one killer app. It's free to join, or just pay $4.99 a month, go ad-free, snag original early releases, and unlock exclusive bonus content. But that's not all. It's an online community where you can hang out with fellow ad bangers who live for raw, uncensored commentary. Ready to join the thrash? Download the Substack app from your iOS or Android store, search for the CMS network, and get into the pit. It's free and the ultimate way to bring our metal madness with you every day. Install a Substack app now and follow the CMS network.